Hi, it's John Terry with Vision Advisors, and we are excited you're here today because we have a brand new product solution we're going to be introducing from our good friends at Legacy Marketing Group. Many of you had an opportunity to see the prior iterations of the LibertyMark series, and many of you have enjoyed the opportunity to have a financial instrument available to offer your clients that has incredible growth opportunity. This new revision and this new product that they are bringing to the table is going to give you all of those great growth opportunities, but some freedoms that you and your clients are going to enjoy. And without further ado, I want to flip it over to my good friend at Legacy Marketing Group, Mr. James Marco, who's going to take you on a deep dive for about the next 25, 30 minutes on this product that's going to be coming to you May the 17th will be the first day this product is available, and we look forward to letting you get acclimated to this. We're pre-recording this, but you're seeing this on the release date, and so you're going to be among the first in the country to know about this solution.
Great, John. Thank you so much for that. I'm the guy in the middle, James Marco, Regional Sales Director here. As John said, this product is being released May 17th. So if you're watching it on that day, we'll have the illustration up and ready to go. Product training, everything is kind of live on May 17th. We're pre-recording this as we did on a launch webinar. With me on the screen, you see our national sales leader or our regional sales director, Scott Pope. If you see one of them or me on the road, please come and say hi. But let's dive into what John was saying. This is like a reiteration or the evolution of Legacy's #1 product. It just keeps getting better. So I was actually with Legacy back in 2014 when we released the original LibertyMark, and this is going to the whole next level. So I'm going to cover Legacy quickly. Here's really your call to action. Get a hold of John or your contact at Vision Advisors, and you can ask more about the product. Illustration will be live. Everything's going to be live just here around the corner. But in a quick nutshell, we're a product development company. Americo is our carrier partner. We have 2 other carriers, potentially a 4th carrier. So Legacy's story is multiple carriers in one. If you look at my screen, the upper left, we're IMO driven and we're agent driven because we were founded by producers or by agents. Our founding person, Linda Pitts, she started as a writing producer. So we have that agent's mentality and we build great products. Over here in the bottom left corner, I mean, just to give Legacy its due pitches, a lot of agents, if you do a lot of business, there's efficiency, multiple carriers in one spot, one website, one 1099, one dedicated team. You get multiple carriers in one as you see the bullet points there. So there are some ways that can simplify and increase your business. We're an innovative product design company. That's who Legacy is in a quick nutshell, but we're here to talk about this great product, this new product coming out May 17th, carried by Americo. To your clients, Legacy's kind of, invisible. We design awesome products in partnership with Americo, but for your clients, it's all about the Americo financials. They're the A-rated. Legacy doesn't have a rating. Americo, the carrier partners do. They're exactly what you're looking for. Circle back to John if you want some more pitch speak, but my elevator pitch is, you see this more than a century of experience. Well, in uncertain times, this company was in business 10 years prior to that last pandemic, that Spanish flu back in 1918. They're older than your client. They've been around for more than 100 years. Let's hang our hat on the security and the longevity of the carrier. They've been through pandemics and they've been through world wars. Here we are today, right? So use the carrier, if not Americo. Other carriers you work with, A-rated, 100 years old. There's a confidence inspiring story. Share that with your client. Let them know who's backing the product. So here we go. We're going to get into the thick of the original LibertyMark. So Legacy, I watched it. I was here at Legacy and I watched the birth of LibertyMark. It was very revolutionary. It was different. We had a built-in optimizer fee. This product on the left, you paid a mandatory annual fee, and that fee was used in the options budget and bought the caps and rates way up. Totally different for a fixed index annuity. A lot of people loved it because of the upside potential. Some of you agents were, this fee thing is a little new. This is a fixed index annuity with a guarantee. It was just revolutionary. So many people have followed legacy suit. Last year or so, you've seen other companies introduce strategies to have a fee option. So they followed, and kind of here we go again. We're going to jump 5 years ahead of the competition. We have some innovative new strategies, real minimum guarantee that's unlike any of my competition, and a death benefit rider option that's just amazing leverage for your client. So the product is evolved. Also, for those who sold it, as John was saying, we've evolved the statements that we used to have to allocate or reallocate at or prior to the anniversary. We've changed a host of things. Now you have a week or two after your anniversary to make reallocations. We've changed the statement process, the reallocation process. We're going to get statements on our website here shortly. So a lot of things have changed product-wise and process-wise on this particular product here. Now we're going to LibertyMark Freedom. So it's all the features you love from the original LibertyMark series. Again, I sold this product to my folks. We paid a fee. 2 years later, we made more than a double-digit returns. People like fees when they see it in action. It's great. It's an upgrade, if you will. But some people, maybe like in times right now, want the option maybe not to pay a fee. So we've changed the product where there's no built-in automatic fee, which did great things for clients. But now clients have the freedom to choose their earnings potential. They can simply not go with a fee now if they think the market might go down. Don't pay a fee for a year or two, and then down the road you can reallocate to a fee strategy if you think it makes sense now or later. Just makes a lot of sense. If they want to pay a fee, they can wait till the market crashes and do it at the right time or down the road. We have some new index strategies built from the ground up, enhancing the product as well. So let's go in here, and why consider LibertyMark? It really is the next generation. Talk about a product for the times. It's got real minimum guarantees with further upside. It's got optional ways to make put more horsepower into it or not pay a fee. And I think it can appeal to an older client who's fee adverse and wants some upside. This would be great. You just do the no fee option. Younger client who wants to accumulate a little bit more aggressively, they're willing to pay a known fee to buy up the rate. Someone like me, for example, I'd be all about paying a fee, and you can mix and match and do 50-50. It's amazing. It really is. So it's such a modern product. I'll talk about the indices briefly. We won't have enough time to deep dive. My illustration's not live until the 17th. So again, swing back to your contact at Vision Advisors, and there's a lot of little features. So I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. I don't want to talk fast, but index gains vest till death. If your client passed away in the middle of a 1 year or a 2 year or any strategy, we'll measure the date of death and apply gains. This means something to me. I've seen that come into fruition. And when the beneficiary is surprised with a few $1,000s more lump sum, that means something to me. I have a real story if you want me to share, if you ever look me up, about index gains vest at death. There's a lot of little things on this contract that make you smile. It also has some things that, which includes this great death benefit, minimum guarantee, but also has things that you may not want. It doesn't have market value adjustment. It doesn't have an income rider option. This is straight accumulation, no extra bells and whistles besides a death benefit rider. So it's very clean, straightforward contract, real guarantees, further upside, no snakes in the grass, no market value adjustment. And here's the chassis. And John, look alive. I'm going to probably pause here for a drink. I'm just going to cover this quickly, and I want to hear your voice here because usually you have some nice insight. The issue ages are 0 to age 85. This optional Heritage Max is a death benefit rider I'll touch on, is 75 and younger. We have to get it issued by they're 75. The sweet spot, there's a 10-year and a 7-year chassis. We sell more of that LibertyMark product, the original since 2014. We sell the 10 And in most states, you have the 10-year product. The LT just means the version like I'll have in California or Texas, the light surrender charges. You know who you are. Comp isn't different. The surrender charges are lighter. That's the only difference. You sell the product in Texas, it's an LT. You go over to Oklahoma, it's the regular version. That's kind of what you're looking at there. The 7-year will appeal to some clients. I believe we will continue to sell more of the 10-year, and this is the bread and butter. This is a 10-year accumulation powerhouse going directly in competition with every other carrier and product you can think of. It's not an income rider product. It's a straight accumulation. It's the bread and butter of our industry on a 7 or 10-year chassis. We'll take up to $2 million for the younger ages. We won't cut your commission or go through a process. A lot of carriers over $1 million, they'll chop your comp in half or make you go through a formal process. We'll use a jumbo case form if you got a monster case over $2 million. But we'll take up to $2 million. You get paid full pop through 74, $1 million for the older ages through age 85. And there's our minimum premium. Mr. Terry, anything you'd like to chime in real quick while I have a sip of water here?
James, I think you're going to get to it in just a minute. But one of the things that excites me about this product and what I think are going to get producers excited is many of them like the idea of the LibertyMark product, but maybe they were fee averse or maybe their clients were. So they now have an opportunity to play in that space with a no fee version of the product. Or if the client wants to do, half and half or some variant of that to get a little more comfortable in paying a fee on the portion of the money, they now have that flexibility. But I think the really big thing that stands out to me on this particular case, and I know you're going to touch on it again, is this Heritage Maximizer death benefit enhancements, one of the best life insurance solutions on an annuity policy I've ever seen.
Awesome. Great. Thank you for that, John. So this I'm going to go through quickly again. It has generous payouts and bailouts for your client, penalty-free, no market value adjustment. Our surrender charge waivers, it's generous. After contract issue out of the gate, if they are confined for 90 days, we have a variety of emergency exits. We have senior clients in mind. It's through age 85. Maybe not the primary reason to buy the product. Let me give the slightest due diligence, but kind of get into the meat and potatoes where John was saying. This, my friends, this is the best deal in town. And I know compliance doesn't like me using the word best. They like to say enhanced. As you see on the screen, there it is. But I have a lot of agents and IMOs ask me, James, tell me about a good deal. Give me something that's priced very favorably towards the client. Well, my friends, you are looking at it. It's, if anything, it's almost too good, if you will. This is an optional death benefit rider that goes on top of the entire accumulation value without a limit on the king of accumulation product. So it's a straightforward, simple, no underwriting. It's all lump sum by design. Agents, yes, you're blown away when you hear that. Everyone else has, multi-year. You can take a multi-year payout. It's designed to be lump sum. You have either option. It's after the 3rd year. That's the underwriting. So this is a 0 to 75. It's 30 bips. Let me give you an example. If you go in there and at the first anniversary, if you elect this rider, you have to do it at the very get-go. It's 30 bips. Let's say this contract started with $10,000 or $20,000 around the minimum, and it grew to $100,000. There's no limit. Or if you started with $1 million and it grew to 5 or 10 million over 40 years, there's no time or really dollar limit. And this is showing, I accidentally hit the button there. Sorry. I'm going the wrong way. Bear with me. There we go. This is showing if the money grew to attained 100,000 and the client passed away, we add 30%, or it's going to be 130,000 lump sum. When you do the math, what you realize is when you calculate 0.3 on 100,000 is $300 that year's cost. Buys 30,000 more death benefit. It's like 100-to-1 leverage. And some people ask, well, how many years is it really? Well, about 100 years if you pay for the benefit. You see the 100-to-1 leverage. So again, take someone like myself. If I bought the product with $1 million, died 40 years later, and my million became 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever million, pick a number. At death, whatever it's grown to, we add 30%. On $1 million, that 0.3, that's a $3,000 cost on $1 million. Does that sound like a lot? Well, that $3,000 cost that year buys $300,000 of more death benefit lump sum on $1 million. Oh, wow. It's like 100-to-1 leverage. Only somebody like buying a whole life, a 20-year-old could get where each dollar would leverage like that. So I'll move forward, but there's a couple of things. This product has this death benefit rider, the minimum guarantee, the optional way to buy up your strategies. That's very powerful. I'll show you the rates. This combination is not available anywhere out there. This is the king of accumulation. One of our agents who sold the original version, he did lots of qualified money and older people. He'd have to get them in before they're 75 or younger. But he'd say, if RMDs get so big, if we can bring more money back, great. But if RMDs get higher as you get older, and if that takes your balance down a little bit, where your RMDs greater at age 90 something than the return, the last couple of years, this would be like an RMD replenisher. Instead of your clients inheriting 130 or 100,000, they would get 130,000 as a lump sum. It'd help replenish some lost RMDs. Could also help neutralize the tax hit. This is extra death benefit to inherit from an annuity. It's not a life insurance. It would be a lot more expensive. This is why it's cheap. So this can be like a tax neutralizer. This is enhanced death benefit. It's an annuity death benefit. It's 30% more. It's not a life insurance rider, or else it'd be way, way more expensive and be a little bit different. So let you know it's a death benefit rider. It's the best out there, and it's on top of the king of accumulation. I want to make this point as well. I'll just read the bullet point and make it then. This product has a real guarantee, industry leading. You see at the top, 1 on 100%. 100,000 goes in, 10 years later, it's guaranteed to be 110,462. It's compounding on the 1%. But hold on though, it's so much better. The minimum guarantee cannot be eroded by optional rider fees. I just covered that awesome heritage maximizer that I know a smart guy like John Terry, he appreciates the math. So you're saying that rider fee won't invade the guarantee. That sounds nice. Well, guess what, folks? We have optional strategy. Those strategy fees are technically, they're filed as riders. And if you want to buy up your cap, it's $175 is the fee, or you don't have to buy up your cap. If you decided to load it up and buy your cap up, load it up with the death benefit rider, pay as much fees as possible, guess what? If you swing for the fences, loading up with everything, and you sort of call it strike out, you wouldn't with LibertyMark Freedom. The minimum guarantee is invisible by any and all fees. If you swing for the fences, you're guaranteed a walk to first base. Let me show you the minimum guarantee. It can't be eroded or by any of these fees. This, my friends, is a differentiator. Other carriers have tried to copy Legacy and add a fee in there. Some of them say you can lose money. Some say, well, we'll give you return of premium. What we've done, we've gone to the next level. You can give your client a guarantee. $1 million, you see this here, would be 1,104,000 and change. 1% on 100% guaranteed minimum value. The blue line is actually showing 1% on 100% minus the surrender penalty, and you're out of it in the clear. The red line's trying to paint the picture as, hey, there was a 10-year, block of time in the past where if you went in the EFT and the S&P, it went up, it went down, it went up, it ended lower. There was a 10-year time where the S&P ended lower, had a lot of volatility. It could happen again. This is really showing, and I want to frame it like this. Whether you pay zero fees because you have a fee adverse client, at the end of 10 years, and that's how you have to look at it. It's at the end of 10 years, we compare the minimum guarantee with the account value. And if they paid no fees and made nothing for 10 years, they would get the greater of the two. If they paid a fee and they struck out and made nothing and paid a fee, they would get the greater as their walkaway value. Or if the product does what it's supposed to and generates some handsome returns and the account value is higher, they walk with the greater of the two, regardless if they paid a fee or not. So I'll move forward, but simply enough, it's checking all the boxes. The combination of fee upside with this real minimum, I'm guaranteeing you to make money that's invisible to the fees. And then if you want to throw the death benefit rider, 30%, there's nothing out there like this, ladies and gentlemen. It's unlike any product I know in the marketplace. It's like a super product. And you know what? Maybe in 5 years, the competition will figure out how to give people a real guarantee and yet pay a fee. But for the next 5 years, how about we capitalize on what Legacy's got? I think the most modern, and my opinion, the best upside product out there in the market. And if you want to throw the death benefit rider on there, then wow. So here's the 15 diverse strategies, because they come with or without fee. To fee or not to fee is the question, right? Declared interest, I think it's 2.6. We'll see where that pricing is. It's got a good fixed bucket. It's just a raw fixed bucket, no fee there, of course. We've changed that. All these strategies, S&P 1 year, I think it's like 5.1, little 5 point something without a fee. If you want to pay the fee and buy it up, it raises the cap over to 9. Again, I just want to be slightly cautious. Let's double check the pricing, circle back to vision. If you want to use the bread and butter of our industry, and here's kind of our story. If you like old school S&P with cap, we got a phenomenal one without a fee and with a fee for more upside. If you don't like caps and you like S&P because you hear it on the radio, your client likes that, and you want to uncapped with a good par rate, we have it on a 1 year with and without fee. The fee buys or nearly doubles the par rate. Net of fee, it should net out the client way ahead. But again, we don't have to pay a fee. Here's my favorite. I did put my parents in this one. The 2-year S&P 500. This is going to have the highest par rate out there. If you want to pay the fee, it's got a great par rate without a fee. But for those who want old school, I know some of you are smiling. Oh, some uncapped S&P. We have those. And we also have proprietary indices that could offer more upside. Our 1 year and 2 year SG CARA. It's Society General. This is a global index. And then we have the SG laser index, a little bit more domestically focused index with SG as well. 1 year, 2 year. So we have great upside, illustrated upside, the modern indices here. We have the traditional indices, and our message is we want to have everything available to you. Some of you may prefer one or the other, the mix or match, and they all have the ability to fee or not to fee. Your client never has to pay a fee if they don't want to, or they can pay a fee every year if they want to, or do a combination of the two. So it really gives the clients greater control over the growth potential. John, look alive. I'm going to do another drink of water here at the bottom of the slide. It gives them this option. We like options. It gives them control. Personally, maybe I would not do the fee today. That's my personal opinion. And if and when I think it makes sense, maybe I pay for the fee down the road. What it really does, and I think John, I was thinking this when John was speaking last, is with your competition, you can have the best of both worlds. Your client may not really want to pay a fee. You may have a competitor agent dangling big numbers that illustrate high with a competitor with a fee. You can go to your client and say, I can give you big numbers with a fee, but I know you told me you weren't interested in a fee. Let me show you LibertyMark Freedom. Let me show you what a fee can do for you. But if you don't want to pay a fee, let's not do it. We can just go no fee for now and get to those with the higher rates and returns later. You might really make your client happy. They might want the upside of a fee, but not want to do it right now. Then you're on the right product. And I think it's just, if you own the product, if we just gave you a free $100,000 freedom product, wouldn't you want that option to fee or not to fee as you want to go along? So it's deducted at the end of the contract year. So when we first released the original product, we used to deduct it at the beginning to buy up the options budget. We found a way to price and move and kind of cover it. So now it's deducted at the end of the year for those who choose it. So you don't have to pay a fee. And then when you do, you choose it, hopefully get a good return, and we charge it at the end. There's the associated fee. Mr. Terry, anything you want to add in real quick?
You know, the idea of having multiple indices beyond the S&P, again, it gives the client some freedom and options that they may not have considered. You've got global exposure, you've got domestic exposure, you've got the traditional S&P that people know, you've got everything necessary to be able to bring a true growth-focused solution with a powerful guarantee and a strong death benefit enhancement that really helps, as you said, replace those RMDs that have been taken out of its qualified dollars. Or the thing I like about it is if you've got leave behind money, it helps offset the taxes so that you end up leaving net more money to the heirs. And who doesn't want to leave net more money if that's their goal and objective with growing money to leave it to kids or grandkids?
Great choice of words, freedom. Hey, folks, LibertyMark Freedom, the carrier's Americo. They're American based. We got, a great American story. This is LibertyMark Freedom. We got the LibertyMark, the bell down here in the corner. This is a great American based carrier product story named LibertyMark Freedom. Perfect for the times, in my opinion. Society Generale and Columbia Threadneedle Investment. We have the SG Columbia Adaptive Risk Allocation Index. This is, or the CARA, we call it here. You might want, to reach out to Vision or come May 17th. Look at this. This is a 5% vol, and it's it's more global. Of course, S&P is more US centric, being S&P. We want to have it all for you and your clients. The SG Lead Asset Select Exposure Rotation Index. Laser. I like it. It's laser focused. Lead Asset Select Rotation. Also Society Generale, but look here, it's a new index built by us and them from the ground up. And this is the US story, covers US equities, US government debt, commodities within agriculture, metals, and energy sectors. So this is our US based index. That's uncapped with some incredible par rates as well. So if you want a global exposure, kind of John was saying, you can go global if that seems to make sense now or down the road. If you want something more US based and uncapped, we have it here. We got those S&P either caps or uncapped with par rates. We want to have a smorgasbord of options and choices for your client. The whole product series has great upside, the leading class minimum guarantee, and these incredible rates. So I'm not anticipating these changes by next week, but always check. So go to Vision, run some quotes. If you just want to not pay a fee and get a good bread and butter cap over 5 or a good par rate uncapped, there it is. And there's the last 10, some nice returns and very traditional and familiar looking. You really don't have to sell the S&P 500 to your clients. You want to keep it simple. We're on board with that. If you want to pay a fee and buy your cap up and get a 9% cap, we paid a cap or a fee, 175 net of fee. What did it do? Our net return went from 4 to over 5.25. Oh, where the fee really pays off though is not on the caps, it's on these uncapped ones. So here's S&P, and here's the 2-year. Now then we're uncapped on the 2-year. So without a fee, how about 6.88 annualized return? That's an annualized return, no fee. Hey, sign me up. Simple, easy, straightforward. My client's gonna like that. Or they're saying there's another competitor agent dangling bigger numbers and upside. Well, we can pay a fee and make 9.11 on the old-fashioned S&P, or we can go into some of the proprietary indices to pay a fee. We're illustrating double digits here on the lasers 11. I like that, but you know what? Maybe I don't want to pay a fee now. I'll just want to go over here. No problem. Don't pay fees if you don't want to out of the gate. Know that it's there. A year or two later, we can reallocate here if and when the market crashes. Again, put yourself in the shoes of the client. If you own the product, what would you do? Maybe go no fee out of the gate or shoot over to fee? Are you a set it and forget it? Do you understand what the products do and you're just willing to just pay the fee and put it in there and set it and forget it? You know it's going to pan out. Whatever you like, we have available to you, your client. Do it as you wish, to fee or not to fee. I like that. So product training's live on LegacyNet. It's actually going to be there on the 16th. Everything's live on the 17th, including the illustration. It's end of day 16th, or let's just say the 17th. Reach out to Vision or go on the website, or make sure you got your ducks in a row. This is Legacy's #1 product that's going to the whole next level with these combinations of guarantees and new strategies and that death benefit rider. If we can help, there's our number. We're on the West Coast. Your first point of contact is probably Vision Advisors. Please reach out to them. Let's take the next steps, get you contracted. This should be an awesome product, a 7-year or a 10-year product for your clients. Compliance would like to say hello. I'll go back to that slide, and maybe I'll just back up a couple here. John, let me send it back over to you. Thank you for having me on this as your guest. Thank you for having me, everybody. Have a great day. Back to you, John.
Hey, James, thank you so much. And again, wrapping up, this is the next generation in the LibertyMark series. We're excited about the opportunity, having a chance to dive into and taking a look at these indices. It's going to give your clients some flexibility and some options. They've got the traditional S&P, they've got the global exposure, they've got the US exposure, and you can mix and match. So it gives your clients an opportunity to spread the returns and spread the potential for growth within the product and not be stuck in just one indice that may or may not perform. It again gives you flexibility and control, and it gives your clients some freedom to be able to explore other options and other opportunities to grow their cash. So if you're not yet appointed with Legacy in America, it's a very simple thing to do. You go to visionadvisorsinc.com, our website, click on the Get Contracted link, or you can reach out to us here at Vision, 1-800-505-8489. Press 0 at the voice prompt. You'll be connected to one of our consultants, and we can help you get the process started to get appointed. You need illustrations, you need product information. Make sure you reach out to us for that. Also, make sure you get your product training done. The last thing I want to see happen to you is you get somebody excited, you get ready to write a case, and you turn it in, and that product training's not done, and now you got to back up and start over. So while you've got some time and this product is first coming out next week, go ahead and knock that product training out. It won't take long. You'll have that done, and then when you write your first case, it'll be smooth sailing to get it in and out the door. Your client's happy, you get paid, everybody wins. So James, I want to thank you. We enjoy and appreciate our relationship with Legacy Marketing Group. And I just want to say thank you for giving us an inside track on the next generation of the LibertyMark series. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Give us a call at Vision Advisors, 1-800-505-8489, and let us help you deliver freedom to your clients with the LibertyMark Freedom.